Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, bad credit. Here at Kajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let them have it.
I've got my dollars and I sit in my best offer.
We say yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Hello, good morning on this hump day. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see each and every one of you. First in the chat today is Miss Stacy. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Jennifer already in there dropping links, y'all. Good morning, hello and welcome, Jennifer. And also Tina. Hello, good morning and welcome. And there's Anthony. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see y'all. Mark and Mike. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how y'all doing? Yes, don't forget today at 2 o'clock is the hump day auction. And today, we do have our 3 co-hosts, and our guest today is Rita from the Booted Chick. She's on with us every 3rd Wednesday of the month. And Jennifer's already dropping those links, so check out these links. Hello, Miss Denise. Miss, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hello, good morning and welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start dropping links real quick because, again, I want to make sure I cover these in the chat. You know, Jennifer drops your links. When you come in the chat, that's how she tells you hello. So I'm going to be dropping her links to start with. Check out her channel. She's been putting out videos. Get her some watch hours, do some playlists, all that good stuff to help her out. There's her Etsy store where she lists a lot of that stuff from her videos on her Etsy store. There's always going to be a holiday or something you need a special gift for. Go check it out. She's got some great prices. And there's her Buy Her Milkshake. Today's calendar of events starting at 9 o'clock is Bearded Picker. Mr. Scott goes live at 9. And then at 9:45 is Nora, the Stock Explorer. She goes live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, by the way. At 10 o'clock is Claudia's Vintage. 10 o'clock is also Stacy May W. Catitude, where she does her crafting in her lives every day, 7 days a week. And then you have the Buddha Chick Rita, where she does her live morning daily devotions. And then Wednesday today is a Wacky Wednesday with Creative Creation by Miss Denise. 11 o'clock is Harold's Simple Adventures. At 11 o'clock, you also have the New England Thrifter, Helen, and she is on today with Janice. At 11:30 is Jackass Retro. At 12 o'clock is Kraken Christine. At 12 o'clock is also Maria, California Thrifter. 1 o'clock is Crazy May Stash, Crazy May Stash, where she does her working live. 1 o'clock is Irene and Leo. She goes live every Monday or Wednesday. 2 o'clock is our Hump Day auction. 2 o'clock is also Cody goes live. And at 4 o'clock is Sandy and Otto with Janice. At 4 o'clock, Adam Hartman made with his weight loss update is what he does on Wednesdays. Just this event. And then we have 6 o'clock is Deb's wood burning midweek show, and 6 o'clock is also Kathy's Corner with her bingo. 6 o'clock is also Simon Says Let's Make a Deal. At 7 o'clock, you also have every Wednesday. Wednesday's a full day, y'all. Adam Exploits Live, all about eBay usually is what he does. Then at 7 o'clock is Dawn's channel, when she will be with, she's on with Denise, Miss Denise at Creative Creations by Denise, and Josie's channel. Then you have 7 o'clock is Roy's Horizon Picks solo sale. At 7 o'clock, you also have Nightmare Treasures, where he does the resale open panel. At 7:30 is Susanna's Revival, the Angels Auction. Then at 9 o'clock is Sailor Stacker, where he does his giveaways. And in the night, Steph sells stuff by the seashore. Say that several times, right? All right, so if you didn't hear your name on your channel, let me know by going into the community tab below of the channel and let me know that I missed you, or you need to add your listings or whatever you may be doing on your channel there, and I'll be glad to add you to the calendar. So please make sure you do post a comment there. Let's see who else is here. I spy a queen. Anitra. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And there's Brandon. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome, sir. How you doing? And there's Lisa. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And Patrick. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Margie. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. How are y'all doing today? I know I'm staying in though. We had 21 inches of snow in the last 36 hours. And yes, I was shoveling that stuff just so Chai can go out in the back patio. Michael, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Giovanna, hello, Geneva, hello, good morning and welcome. Caught myself on that one. Pam, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And Mike, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And Francine, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And Marketplace Boutique, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how you doing? Renee, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And then we have Roy. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how y'all all doing today? All right, so I covered the calendar. We covered all the hellos. So guess what? It is time to get on the show and bring on Mr. Anthony himself, full-time reseller with the WhatNot Wednesdays. Good morning,
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Johnny.
Good to see you. How you been?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. A little tired. Late nights.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing in the chat?
So if you have any questions related to a what's not, go ahead and start putting them in the chat with the word question all in caps, or just put the big Q with @Kajun Roots Reseller, and I'll be able to see it so I can make sure to get your answers to your questions. So before we get started, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, promote yourself, and what platforms you sell on and all that good stuff, and when can they catch you live.
If you guys don't know, my name's Anthony. I sell on eBay. I sell, but that just kind of on the back burner, listing items that whatever I had listed just sells because I focus on WhatNot. Every night I do a show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The past 4 nights, it's been getting better and better. The numbers, that's what I look at in the chat. The numbers been going up a lot. It used to be 40 to 50. Now it's 70 in the chat to almost 80, 60 minimum now. It keeps growing and growing. And on Friday, I bought a car deal, and I've been selling that, but I always just reinvest always just to keep building. I don't wait till I run out of inventory. But the cards back here are the ones I just sold yesterday. I sold all those white boxes. I had bought 100 white boxes like that for $1,000 on Friday, and they've been doing pretty good. Some of them been going for like $100 a piece, but it's all different players, just different cards of that same player in each box. But I'm always just buying and reselling, and that's all I do for a living for full time the past 12 years or 13 years. Before it was just part time and always had little jobs. But yeah, if you guys want to catch me on WhatNot, yeah, 8:30 every night. I see Tina there watching. American Honey, appreciate the support. And I saw a few people from the chat pop up in the live in the past week. That's pretty nice.
And by the way, congratulations, Brandon. He hit 1,000 subscribers. He's having a show this Saturday. 6 giveaways. Go check it out. Hello, Claudia. Hello, good morning and welcome. And by the way, I know you've been working on that one, and congratulations, Brandon. Now, again, if you have any questions for WhatNot for Anthony, go ahead and ask in the chat. I will start off with a question that was given last week. I know you wasn't able to make it last week, but this was more of either Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. Somebody asked this in the chat. I said I wrote it down so we could start with that question. In doing the auction portion of your WhatNot, you do have your bids that you set. You have your buy it nows and things like that. But somebody asked in reference to what is just in case bid and how does that work?
I think what they mean is maybe like a just in case bid. Maybe they can't stay for the show and they want to leave a bid. You could go to the store while the show is running, the auction's running of that item you're interested in, and you could leave a bid. You could bid on it. So maybe like a pre-bid they're talking about. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe when that item is being shown and nobody bids on it, they're going to win it. The buyer's going to, whoever left the bid is going to win it because of the pre-bid. But also what it does is say the seller has the item starting at $5 and you leave like a $20 pre-bid. it's going to automatically start that item when they do start it to try to run it. It's going to start it at the $20 pre-bid, not at the original seller's starting price.
Oh, okay. My next question, and again, you and I were kind of talking about this at the beginning. I know that in the last couple of months, I've been, and again, I do go to WhatNot every now and then, but I'm noticing that there's always different changes. For example, I noticed that if I go to someone's WhatNot page, you can now see the previous videos of what they have done in the past. But the question I'm gonna have now is, whenever you're doing a live WhatNot, what is this new feature they have in reference to going to other channels? I noticed, and I forgot the name of it already, but talk a little bit about that and how does that work? And
they offer now, it's called a raid. And I think WhatNot's pretty smart for doing that, because whenever you end your show, you could click end, or you could click the option to raid, and then it'll pop up it'll pop up a list of all those sellers that are live at that moment. Or you could just type in the name of a seller you're looking for and see if they're live, and you can send your whole chat, the remaining chat, straight over to that seller's auction. And I think WhatNot's pretty smart for doing that, because imagine on YouTube you could just send all of your buyers straight to someone else's auction. So yeah, it's pretty good. On Friday, Locker Nuts Jack from YouTube rated my chat, so that was pretty nice. He sent me about 100 people over when he ended his show. I had about 15 lots left, but that was real nice that he did that. And it helps out because you could meet. It's just all networking. You can meet new people, and WhatNot is really smart for that. It's been about, I think, 2 weeks now. It's maybe a few weeks. It's been a few weeks they have that option now, but it's pretty cool the way they do it.
So is that something that anybody can do, or is that something that they're rolling out?
Anyone can do. You can raid anyone's chat. When I was sometimes the chat, your live chat would actually ask you, oh, you should raid this person or raid this person. Or when I saw Bama was on, I noticed, because you could click it and see who's on, and I see what categories, who's live, and I saw he was live, so I sent him the people over there, so like a little surprise. But no, it's pretty nice. I've been rated only a few times, and it's pretty cool that somebody would think of you to do that. But WhatNot they're genius for that. That was a good option to put right there.
I met Locker Nuts through Robert, watching it on his YouTube channel, and we watched basically when he would do the I think he's got a couple of channels now where he does the storage units.
Yeah.
And then he takes and does a lot of the auctions on his channel. There's so many different things he does. But he's also lost a lot of weight too. So that's a good
he does auctions, and he gets some killer units, storage
and
units.
his
I always wanted
involved. Have to try selling from WhatNot store. Have you tried selling from the WhatNot store?
No, I haven't tried just listing items in there. Yeah, because for me, Tina, I think I would rather just list them on eBay maybe, because I don't know if people are searching through people's stores too much. I don't know if it's worth it. It might be good to do, but I think, for me, if I list, that's why when I do my my auctions on WhatNot, I don't put any descriptions or any of that, because I did it the first time, and I feel like you might as well just go list it on eBay and get the actual price of what it's really worth.
Right.
WhatNot I think is more for speed, because I sold about, let me see, about 80 of these white boxes. I sold about 50 graded cards. I sold about 40 baseball bats. I sold about 10 albums, and maybe about just little stacks of cards, random lots, all from Friday night till yesterday. So on eBay, it would take forever to list all that stuff. And I had got 47 baseball bats for $10 each, and they belong to a bat boy that traveled with the Yankees in the 80s. So that was just a killer deal I got for $10 each, but they're all autographed. Well, not all of them, but mostly a bunch of them autographed. But I ran them all on WhatNot, and I sold probably about the majority of them all in one show. That's what's good about WhatNot. You could sell fast. You just it's all the interaction too. You have to have the chat though. You don't want to just put items up there and lose out unless you have your starting price already thought of.
Now, when somebody's thinking about getting whatnot and they get started, what are some of the tips you would give somebody as far as getting it kind of an organized situation for your live so you can get that speed in your auction when things are happening in your chat?
Have your lots ready. I would do 30 to 50 lots and stay on for a certain amount of time. Maybe I always say to do the giveaway first because it stays open for 5 minutes and chat it up with the chat. The whole thing is interaction, I believe. I think that's why I do good on Whatnot because of since I was used to YouTube talking. But I do get nervous every time I go live. It doesn't go away. For me, it doesn't go away. But once you start getting in the flow, it start chatting it up, it gets easier. But I think the communication and interaction with the chat, letting the chat know you, they get to know you and being consistent. I go on every day 8:30, and a lot of the people in the chat said I became part of their daily routine where they would just like everyone would come watch you, Johnny, every morning and come to your show. It's the whole interaction.
So again, it does have to do with it being consistent.
And yeah, I won't miss a day. I haven't missed a day in over 100 days. And if I go on and just do 30 lots, I go on just to be consistent, that they know that they could count on me.
And Tina says, tell us a secret about tell us the secret to build a following on Whatnot.
The secret I found first was I sold silver on Whatnot. And how do you put it? Not everyone has silver to sell. I only had silver. I never collected silver. I only had it because a YouTube buyer used to pay me in silver coins. So I had a box there to sell. But I believe when I went on there and I sold like the hot items like that, and I would start at like $1, it generated, maybe I got burnt on the first 10 lots. But once the chat got going, the room built up. It's just a lot of people are scared to do that. A lot of people won't take the chance. And what if my item only sells for $1? But it's it's like short steps, long vision. You know, it's not going to come overnight. So you're not going to have that first show and it just blows up. So if I get burnt on a few items and I lose money, that $100 I lost might gain me $1,000 next week. That's the way I look at it. Like I tell people to do the giveaways, and someone told me the other day they did enough giveaways, that they're not doing no more giveaways. I said, okay, no more advice. No more giveaways. But they don't understand when you open that giveaway and you send out the alert, maybe that the 5 extra buyers come in and spend the extra $40 with you. So that giveaway you did just paid for itself double. I see hustlers here.
Yep. His secret is starting low and letting it ride.
Welcome in, Treasure Hustlers. They're killing it on Whatnot.
The next question I have is when you're live, and I know a lot of people, even with YouTube, they get nervous during a show that they're going to make mistakes. So what is your tips on someone who is starting out and they're going to be nervous? We know that. We've been there. How can they go through that without having to show it in their live, that they can just go with the flow? But also if they make mistakes, what should they do to continue as they are doing their live? Whatnot?
The nervousness goes away maybe with time. You get used to it, get comfortable. But the mistakes, just know you're not going to physically break anything. So whatever you click, if it's something you feel like you're clicking wrong, just don't let it get to you. Don't get overwhelmed. You're not going to break it. And just if the chat is cool with you, they'll work with you as long as they see you're trying. I see a lot of times when people see you're trying, they'll work with you. But yeah, and if you have any questions, you see, I get nervous. Yeah, I see Tina says she's still nervous. I get nervous about to go live. But it's going live, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work talking to a bunch of different people at once and just being all over the place. And it doesn't, the chatting part doesn't get easier, but the nervousness goes away once you start. But yeah, just don't be scared to try it. Try. You're not gonna break the computer. You're not gonna break on Whatnot, and yeah, just that's how you learn. If you're not making any mistakes, you're not building. So that's the only way. There's no progression if you don't make mistakes and learn something. We all been there.
Also, you have awesome stuff, and starting it low gives everyone a chance to win something. And as long as you don't look it up,
No,
you
and
don't care what it sells for, and the people trust you.
that's what it is too. Because I tell the chat, I'm only able to sell the way I do because of the way I buy. Because if I had to buy per item, then I would have to look everything up, want to make this much profit off of each item. Like, let me see. The boxes, the white boxes, I got about 100 of them. I tell you, I paid $1,000 for those. And if I got, let me see, $20, $30 each, I already know I'm doubling my money. So that's why I'll start it at $2 because I know already what my chat is. But it's because the chat, they know I don't know about sports cards. I had people come in and say, oh, is this one of those shows where the seller just pretends to not know? And I'll say, I'll let my chat answer because we already built the relationship. But at first it was 20 people in the chat, 30 people, 40. But being on every day, it just builds and builds. And with me, they know I'm a kind of impulsive, unpredictable person. So we could be selling cards, and next thing you know, I'll pull out some tin toys, or I'll pull out a silver ring and sell it to them. But it's just start low until you can't do it. Maybe I'm not saying do every show where you're losing. Just give it a try, maybe a few lots. I say trust the chat, but the chat still always gets deals. But it's only because the way I buy. I buy in bulk. I bought those cards for $1,000. I bought the bats. It was like 47 bats for $10 each. So that was $470. And then it came out to, and I bought graded cards for $17 each. I was worried about those because I bought 50 graded cards for $17 each. And I know nothing about sports. But I got for the 50 graded cards, I paid $670. It came out to, I think, around there. And I doubled up at least in one show. So I always just try to double at least. But the chat, they bid it up, but the chat gets deals. They get deals also.
Roy says that loving Anthony's positive attitude and
that's what they say that about me. That's the type of person I am. There's not that I try not to be negative. It's just not the way I am. Life is, there's too much crap out there to be worried about. And you work with what you got. Let me see if I have it here. On my first card show 3 months ago, I keep it there. I didn't have a card stand. I got a piece of cardboard. You see a peanut butter box from the supermarket like I used to shipping. I made a little card stand to put my cards on the show. But you work with what you got. You got to be positive and make it work. Some people say, oh, I can't do it. I don't have a stand. You just have to be positive about things. It comes out better. Law of attraction and The Secret. If anyone doesn't know about The Secret, law of attraction is the most powerful thing in the world. And since I learned about it like 13, 14 years ago, it's not even preaching it. It works. Your life. Yes. A lot of people, not talking down, but some people talk negative about this, that, and then that's what you just manifest into your life. But it's once you get a routine of being positive, it just comes naturally.
Roy says my story and my YouTube slogan is you'll never know if you can walk on water until you step out of the boat.
Yeah. And I'm a big believer on failing by default. And that means by not trying. So when you don't try something, you already failed. So worst case, you try something and you fail, you're back where you started. I'm a big believer on that. I started with nothing. Family, not like we're rich. Everyone started with nothing. So worst case, you're back where you started. So we got nothing to lose in this world.
Exactly. Now, one of the questions, my next question is, and again, there's going to be some new people in the chat every day, but my main question is, I see there are some people who just start out. They're starting their lots at $1. What is the pros and cons about starting with that $1 for those items when it comes to your whatnot auctions?
I say always start at $2, just so you don't give it away, because that $1, they'll take about almost 50% of it, because they take the 30 cents per transaction plus the seller fee. So I always start at $2 just in case at least I get $1 out of the item or something, not just doing it for free. Right. But I'm still losing probably because of the bubble wrap and the packaging material and my time. But also watch the chat. If you see because I've came up on a couple sellers like that. There was one seller, it was his first auction, his first item. He puts a silver dollar Morgan up there for a starting bid, $15. and I bid $15 and I won it for $15 his first sale. So it's kind of like, congrats for your first sale, but he only had 5 people in the chat. You have to look, if you only have a few people, try to build the chat, because you could build the chat before you even sell an item. If you're a good communicator or talking to the people and things like that, open the giveaway, start chatting with the chat, let them get to know you. And don't start at $1 if there's only a few people in there, unless you got 2 people that you know are really interested and they're going to bid it up. Or you could try a few out.
We have a question from Dawn Morning. When did you start in WhatNot?
Oh, when did I start? I started, I think it was in June. I started, so about, was that 8 months ago? And then I did coins. I did 1,000 sales on WhatNot. And once I did 1,000 sales, I took a break because it was tough. You jump on, you get shows with 10 people, you try to sell this, you try to sell that, different items. And it was tough because I think the chat could either make you or break you when you see you only have 4 or 5 people in the room, you're trying. So I would stop, I would try again, I would stop another month. And then all of a sudden in November, it was November 8th, because I checked my analytics on WhatNot. When I did the first card show, I went and got this card deal from my buddy, and he always sold cards. I just would buy different stuff to sell on my YouTube channel. And I did the first card show, but I think it was more before I started selling that same show. We were walking around with the camera, looking at all the cards around that was everywhere. I had got 100 boxes of these big white boxes and binders and all types of albums of cards. And I think just us walking around looking at it built up the chat to, it was 51 people before we even sold an item. So I think how the storage unit buyers sell on there, where they go in the unit and they walk around and take them on that treasure hunt, I think that's a trick right there. It's not just a QVC channel showing cards or showing an item. If you, in the surprises, they like the surprises, they like going on the hunts, I notice. So if you have maybe your stuff on a table there and you're showing everything, they like to see all that with you. Right. And a lot of times they like to be told what to buy, because you have to sell it to them. Yeah, if they knew what they wanted, they would just, let me see.
Renee says, I want to try WhatNot, but I don't have any kind of following online, so I figured I would not be successful. I have not done YouTube videos, and I'm rarely ever on Instagram.
I think that's where WhatNot helps out a lot, because if you notice, you see joining while you're live. WhatNot just sends the people to the category, and then they could click on your show. It's just the seller's job to keep them there. But it helps. My YouTube, I never did videos on YouTube. I was focused on auction buyers, because I never was on YouTube except to listen to music maybe. And I one day seen the YouTube auctions, and I saw it from Instagram. I saw somebody's link, and then I didn't know the whole YouTube community auction thing was there. So I don't really have a YouTube following, but I met a bunch of people in the YouTube auction community. But
Brandon wants to know, how does the shipping work on WhatNot?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good because the buyer pays the shipping, and it's just add the weight, put the dimensions, the labels. Well, that's when you already sold the item. Before you sell the item, when you put that item up for sale, it has a drop down menu, 0 to 1 ounce, 1 to 3 ounce, and so on. And you just pick the weight for that item, and it charges the buyer appropriately for the distance and the weight of that item. And then once it sells, you just go next to that order, click print if the weight and dimensions are correct. If not, it lets you edit them right there on that same screen. It's pretty good. It's pretty simple the way they have it set up.
All right, multiple statements. I'm gonna go through all these together. We didn't tell anyone on YouTube about our WhatNot because we were a dumpster diving channel. So we didn't have help with the subs going from YouTube to WhatNot. And then true going out and having fun when you're doing it. Buy some stuff. Let's see here. I leave whatnot chats in if the music is too loud and they're talking too low.
Now that is
On the
true. Music is important. Important. The type of music matters. Yeah, it's just some songs I turn up, some I turn down. That is a big factor. No, and hustlers, they do good on whatnot. I think because I look at numbers, the chat numbers, and they built it, and by not telling nobody on YouTube and building it themselves, like they did a good job. Because
organically natural, yeah.
yeah, they
Um,
built it up. They made
Don
it.
Martin says that they also help giveaways help with people bringing people in.
Yeah, it brings them
Uh,
in, so at least you could get them to at least give you that couple minutes to chat with them, so they could get to know you, and at least maybe they'll stay and see what the show is about. So at least that helps, just seeing the numbers too.
uh, Tina says that you have 42,000 sales on eBay, 10,000 sales on whatnot.
Yeah, the
Killer feedback and reviews, incredible.
yeah eBay is 42,000 sales in the last few years, items sold, and yeah, whatnot 9,000 of those are probably cards in the last since November. But yeah, eBay used to be my thing. I used to sell a lot on eBay.
Adam says, I'm a whatnot failure, lol. I did a few shows, never get more than one sale. I should probably try again.
No, yes, try again, and if you like, your next show, like send me a message on whatnot, I'll watch it. I could give you some tips or stuff, anything like that I see. But yeah, you just keep trying. Once it hits, you're gonna go up, and then it goes up, 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 and yeah, once it was tough. It's not easy.
So this brings me to my next question because Dawn says that whatnot is very helpful to new sellers. If someone was to get into getting and set up on whatnot, how is the customer service when somebody may need to get in touch with somebody in reference to getting on with their auctions?
I think their customer service is pretty good. The few times I emailed only and reached out to the support for like this times I had a shipping label that it was the item I need. How do you put it? The item ended up weighing more than I was able to print the label for. So they would send me a label, or if I had a question or I needed help, I had a feedback removed. They helped me remove a feedback right away. Yeah, I think they're pretty helpful.
Anyone else have a whatnot link they want to meet for Jennifer to drop? You only fail if you give up. Exactly.
Yep.
If you never try, you never will be successful at it. That's so true. Customer service is great and has been for us. Awesome.
Yeah, I think so. They even hustlers, they removed a feedback for me. That was pretty good. So I think they're seller friendly and they're buyer friendly because they help out the buyers too. I think if one of your items doesn't show up, I think they're just, if it's maybe no crazy amount of money, they'll just credit it or refund it back to you.
Right. Tina says, just like YouTube, 80% resellers, 20% personal shoppers. I hear a lot of people talk about how to go and shop on whatnot to get a lot of good deals.
Whatnot is a good place to source. It's I believe you could buy on one platform, sell on another platform, or you could even buy on the same platform and sell on the same platform. Like buy on eBay, sell on eBay, buy on whatnot, sell on whatnot. It's almost the following, but it's just the time putting in, building it, because you could go to one person's channel, buy this item, and then, on the other person's channel, it's going to sell for double. You know what I mean? You probably see it on YouTube here also. Yeah. I'll sell a ring for this much, and on this person's channel, they'll get 3 times the amount for the similar type silver ring or something like that.
Right.
But,
what was the highest thing you ever sold on whatnot, and you didn't expect it to go that high?
Well, I did not expect. Well, they I hate to say it, they bid sometimes higher than the stuff goes for on eBay. So I sold a box the other day. One of these boxes, they ran it up to like $210 for a card set.
Wow.
And I looked at the card set, and the card set on eBay is $30 to buy now. So how do you explain that?
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, it's interesting sometimes, but that was unexpected. I didn't expect it to go up to $200 because I didn't know what it's worth. I looked it up after, but it goes vice versa. The other day I sold 2 cards that both cards went for $40-50 together, and I looked them up, and each one was $40-50. So it goes both ways.
Renee says that I was missing one item one time and then one item broken. I did send a message to the WhatNot and with one picture, and they refunded me instantly.
Yeah, you see, I think since they're growing, they just want to keep everybody happy.
Now, that's one of the things I heard too in reference to when getting refunds. That comes directly from WhatNot, but how do they get their money from you? They take it out of your account?
Oh no, the WhatNot eats the cost, I bet.
Okay.
Until they probably lose so much money, they're like, all right, we're gonna have to have some type of refund policy. The sellers are gonna have to start giving back the money.
Right. It is distracting. That's why I've stopped watching a few of them already.
No, it's
it has no music and just gets into okay. So they bracelets. Awesome. 20
you see it had yeah. You get some good deals.
Hello, Tracy. Good morning. Hello and welcome. So when doing the auctions, I know we talked a little bit about it a couple of weeks ago. When somebody's setting up their auctions and each item, what is the actual best amount of time they should do per auction? And what would be the best way to do it? Whether if you got the one that I think it's called soft close or something where they add so much per second after.
Yeah, that's not the sudden death. That's where when it gets, I see hustlers put 20-second timers. 20 seconds, they're good. People like the speed because the last 10 seconds is when it matters. If it has 3, 2, 1 and somebody bids, it's going to go back to 10, 9, 8, all the way back down. And then if someone bids again, it goes back to 10 seconds until it lets 10 seconds of no bids come in. Okay. But yeah, that's to do those timers and the auctions. I would say it depends on how many lots you want to do. It takes me about 2 hours to do like the 50 lots. But if more bids come in, then it just keeps adding time onto the timer. So the auction would take longer. Right. But it also depends maybe what your goals are. I used to have goals 300 a day or 200, 300 a day. Then it starts moving up. And then you want to make 1,000 a day. And then, but I just stick with that 50 lots. So it's $10 a lot. Maybe I get $500. If some go up to 20, some go lower, maybe 1,000, but it's just whatever it is you want to get out of it.
It's 50 times.
Yeah, you see,
hours usually, and over $1,500.
You see, hustlers probably do the same about numbers of like items, but what's it called? But mine are cards, but theirs are brooches and jewelry. But they probably sell for about the same price. So we probably have the same idea. That's why I try to do 50 items like that. Yeah. 50. But that's good. That is good. That's like 30 a piece. That's good.
Now, for anyone who's thinking about it and they get into it and they get set up, what would you recommend for them when they're starting out? As far as like, I know some auctions go for 2 hours and on. What would be the best length of time for them to start getting their name out there, and about how many items they should at least try to start with on their first auction?
I think, let me see. It's always good to put it out in advance to let people know and they could bookmark it. But I believe on WhatNot, if you go live at the right time, not saying in the middle of the night, you go live maybe in an evening at the right time and just stay on there for 20 minutes, not even selling nothing. Just talking to the people, you could build up the people in there to sell, to be ready to sell. So I think it's more it's the whole interaction. I think it's the whole interaction, because I think you could turn it on and build the chat up fast, because WhatNot does the work for you. That's why we pay the fees. I guess they do the work. They're bringing the people in, advertising, and they're promoting it. And they have a feature in each category now. I think when if it's a new seller, they're gonna put you in the middle, like on a little thing that runs across there, but you can slide it and you can see all the new sellers or first shows. So that they do that to help the new sellers, I believe.
Renee says that Cat, which is Nurse Flipper, does her 15 auctions at 15-second auctions, and if you blink, it's gone, and you have to be quick.
Exactly.
All right. Tina says, have you been monetized by WhatNot?
To be honest,
by Jennifer was, can you get monetized by WhatNot?
I don't even know what that means.
Just like
I know
monetized.
I know they say monetized on YouTube. It's you start getting paid, but I don't know. I don't think they have that on WhatNot, or I don't know.
Your numbers, you should be.
What would it do? Like what change?
I guess with the same thing you do it with YouTube, you get paid for commercials and stuff like that.
No, right? Hustlers put no in the chat. Yeah, I don't think they might not have that.
One complaint I have is if a buyer asks us for a refund for any reason, they send the item back to WhatNot, and WhatNot keeps your item. I wish the seller would get those items back. And I guess that's probably why they don't come to you for the money.
I was wondering what WhatNot does with the items.
How much was WhatNot taken from you? So how much has WhatNot taken from you so far?
What, like total?
Yeah.
Let me see.
And it looks like the answer is no for the monetization.
Let me see.
Unless you mean sponsored. Is that what y'all mean, Tina and Jennifer?
Let me see.
Do they call it sponsored? Hello, Resell Therapy. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yes, you can get paid to sell on WhatNot.
Oh, yeah, they get. Oh, maybe that's what they mean. That's probably like how Bama was saying. How Bama was saying last time. I think they reached out to him on Instagram.
Yes.
And yeah, because there's a few sellers I know that get maybe incentives to sell on there, maybe free shipping with their giveaways and things like that.
So do they call that sponsored?
Maybe yes, because WhatNot wants them to bring, I guess, buyers over. And I don't know the agreements they have with them, but maybe they have to promote it or something. Yeah. Hustlers, do you mean how much I gave WhatNot in fees? Yeah, because I gave WhatNot a lot in fees.
Tina says you can get monetized, but everybody else is saying no.
I wonder what it. Oh, paid immediately when hammer drops. Wait, yes, it's sponsored. I think maybe is that what you mean, Tina? Paid immediately when the hammer drops versus wait.
Jennifer says I wouldn't want it back. In the jewelry category, the item goes back to the manager of jewelry, and them.
That's pretty neat. That's
his own or WhatNot channel. Okay. You always bring people back. Yeah. Paid immediately when the hammer drops. Yes, versus the sponsored. Hello, little Debbie. Welcome. And of course, yes. All right. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but the link to come on is at the top of the chat. It's pinned on the top. You're more than welcome to come and join us on the platform because I don't know how much longer Anthony can stay. He may have to leave. But again, when he gets a phone call. But if you'd like to join us on the panel, you're more than welcome to. And remember, if you have any questions about WhatNot, we do this every Wednesday. So definitely come on up, come on in and ask your questions. That's the only way you're going to know about it and learn about it. And that's why we do this Monday through Friday with different topics. And again, every Wednesday is the WhatNot. So definitely come in and ask your questions. Johnny, love your intro. Well, thank you. Actually, I did all of that and I was talking about this a while back with somebody. The intros that I made, excluding the let them have it with no problem. I got the dollars. I did all of that on PowerPoint before I even started with any type of editing programs or anything with that is concerned. And then the intro, I hit 1,000 on my first channel, I asked anyone who would be interested. And there was some few who sent me clips, and that's how I wound up doing the new ones. So if you ever go to any of the videos in the description bar below, you will actually see the original commercial from New Orleans, where I got that idea from, because there used to be a furniture store called Frankie and Johnny, where the old man who actually used to do the original commercials would run down the aisle with a cigar in his mouth, and his toupee would bounce on top of his head. And so that's where I got that from.
I'm looking at the analytics, Johnny, to give listeners their answer. From November 8th to now in cards, you know how much I sold? I sold $96,009 from November 8th to now in cards. And they got $15,600 from me.
Treasure Hustle says yes. She was asking
got
about the fees.
Yeah, they got $15,000 from me since November 8th till now in fees. That's crazy.
Oh, they've taken over 11,000 from them.
Yeah, you see, they take a lot of fees. They take a lot of fees.
We are doing good. Okay, they're talking back and forth to each other. Thank you very much. Like I said, I wanted something different. Something that when somebody sees my show, they know who I am, and when I'm in other chats, they the first thing they say is, "I got the dollars. Let me have it." So yeah, it's pretty funny, and that's how I got known with the channel. After fees and per transaction, WhatNot pulls a third, just like eBay.
For my, how do you put it? My last couple of shows I did, I noticed a big difference because instead of selling the smaller lots, I was selling these boxes and they were going for like $50 and up around that price. I noticed I think it was like out of $1,000 or $1,040 sold, I got a little over 900. So it was like it was like the 12%. It's like the first time I ever seen the actual like 12% fee. Usually it looks more like 20%. Because of the smaller transactions, because off the $2, $5, they're taking a third of it. It comes out, it looks like, or a quarter at least.
And you got to pay the taxes on that. Laura has a question. Does that include the PayPal fees?
No, when you withdraw them, because the only reason you use PayPal as a seller for WhatNot is to withdraw the money. Or you could just withdraw it to your bank checking account, or you could withdraw it to your PayPal, but it doesn't charge you a fee when you withdraw it. So you should be fine with that one.
So with that in mind, do you have to set up everything to where your money goes into a set account, or do people, when they go to pay, they have to have that all set up on their end?
For the buyer to pay, it's just, I believe, with their debit card or whatever payment method, they could use PayPal to pay.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever payment method they have. But for the sellers, I have mine set up with my PayPal and my bank. But I notice when you do the bank, it takes a day. It goes the next day. If you do PayPal, sometimes it goes like in 10 minutes. So I could use that money because I could buy my inventory from my buddy with PayPal. So it's kind of like a game for me because you don't really touch the cash. It's all computerized. Right. So yeah, it kind of just feels like a video game buying and selling.
Treasure Hustle says that WhatNot uses PayPal, so they collect the 30 cents as a PayPal fee.
I think WhatNot charges the 30 cent, kind of like a processing fee, like how PayPal does that 30 cent. But yeah, I see that they charge it per transaction. That's why I don't do that dollar start, because I seen it. I did one show like that and I seen like half the money gone. And I was like, what? Because I was only selling things for $1 because it was when I just started. But yeah, it's how it is. It's pretty tough.
But I think when WhatNot actually started, wasn't everybody doing the $1 starting bid when they first started?
I don't know if it was required or how they had it set up, but a lot of buyers, well, how do you put it? When I used to sell on YouTube, WhatNot's a good place to source. You know, you find so many new sellers and you can pick things up for a couple bucks a piece. And it's not that the item is only worth a couple bucks. It's just that those 20 seconds, nobody was in the room. You're the only bid. And I have a little trick I like to do. If I'm going to bid on an item, when I see it's at 11 seconds, and as soon as it hits 10 seconds, I'll bid right then. So maybe the person watching it doesn't catch that the time didn't change, because it's not going to go back to 10 if it's just already at 10. So it stays going back 10, 9, 8 all the way down. Right. And they'll be like, what just happened? No one even bidded. The clock stayed the same. It's like, no, my name just snuck in there and I just won it from you. But that's what I do to win items.
I would have never thought of that, but that's great advice. Yeah.
Yeah, because people wait till it gets to 2 seconds and then bid, and then the opposing bidder is going to see that the clock just changed again. So I wait to just get it at the 11:10. They don't see the clock change. If they don't catch my name as the new high bidder, I'm going to win it. I leave them.
I would have never thought of that.
No, I'm good at problem solving. That's my advantage. I'm good at figuring things out, and I'm good. I'm a good thinker.
All right, so if you have any questions, definitely ask in the chat. And Tina says, yes, buy on YouTube, sell on WhatNot, and vice versa.
Yes, exactly. And It's almost like the graded cards. I don't know if I mentioned it. The graded cards I bought on Friday, it's coming from somebody that a year and a half ago sent how many cards? They sent 4,000 cards in to PSA to get graded. And just now they're coming back in because PSA is backed up. So they're just now coming back in. But now the guy needs money. I feel bad for the guy. He spent $20 each to get these cards graded. And now he's selling them to my friend in batches for $10 each. So he's losing half his money plus the value of what the card is.
Right.
That's just how the reselling is. That's why you could buy on one platform, sell on another. Some people have a following. Some people, like, I surprise people. I sell cards that other people can't sell. They say, "How does Anthony do it?" But it's
on the way you do it and how you present it.
I've been selling my whole life. I didn't just start selling a month ago when I bought the cards. Things like that.
Roy says, Anthony, you need a warehouse.
I do. That's what I tell my girl now. Like, be patient. I said maybe one day when I'm older, I can have a big warehouse with employees. And this was part of the story when the whole house looked like, because all the rooms are just full of shelves. Because that's how it is. Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good advice. And also another way to get your followers is to, if you do a giveaway, you can click the button to have only the followers are allowed to enter your giveaway.
That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. So that's a good way to gain followers. And I don't do, there's an option also to do international giveaways. I don't do those because I never get international buyers. So I don't know if they come to my shows, but there's an option for that also. But yeah, always check off to make sure they follow you.
I agree with Dawn because I hear it a lot of videos I've been watching, including in the coin community, where they're doing unboxings of everything they got free for giveaways on Whatnot. And it's like, I never think of that.
That's pretty cool.
That's all they do. They don't buy anything. They just go and support everybody and enter the giveaways. Yep. Consistent is the key. That is the magic part of it. No matter what platform you're on.
Yeah,
that
consistency.
Is yes. All right, so I'm going to leave the link at the top. If you would like to come on, you're more than welcome to it. Just make sure you do have your camera on so I can verify that it's you. If you would like to come on with anything with the Whatnot. How do you keep your repeat buyers?
Hustlers, do you see on the analytics where on the Whatnot analytics, it shows you how many new buyers per show? I notice every show, how do you put it? There might be 5 people I recognize, 10 people, but a lot of them look like always new people in the chat. It's like, but that's what keeps me happy though, because it's like, if I'm able to retain new people all the time, it makes me think it's just like a one-hit thing. Is it ever going to slow down? But it's always new people, and it's like Whatnot's doing their job, finding I don't know how they do the advertising, but yeah, it's always new people. The repeat buyers, they come in, but I think they kind of sometimes I feel like putting a warning sign that you're going to spend a lot of money and go broke here. So I think they kind of take a break after they spend so much. Because yeah, some of them, they come in, they spend a few hundred every night. They spend 100 every night, and before you know it has to add up. But
and that's true. I couldn't remember who did what, but I do remember that one did caps, one did not. And they're both in the chat.
That's
why you see that the caps. That's Jackie.
Yeah,
I've been remember that from when I first started watching them. So yeah.
It's nice to draw in the boxes.
I have to say, one of the very first few videos I watched of Jackie and Sarah, I will never forget, because they were doing a dumpster, and I think it was y'all. Please correct me if I'm wrong. They were doing there was a remodeling a mall that were remodeling a Kay's jewelry store. They went into that dumpster and they found crates and containers full of jewelry that was, I don't know if they accidentally threw it away or they were just getting rid of inventory. That's what stuck in my mind with Jackie and Sarah on their videos. That's the ones I remember. If I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, that's how I remember them. One day shipping, blowing their socks off when they open their packages and get exactly what you show. Jackie says, I like to write and draw all over their packages and put stickers. Somebody was opening a package not that long ago with all the writing and pictures on it. We also include international, even if we don't have those buyers. It is at least that we will let them enter in case. Okay. Yeah, you never know. Ms. Denise says, I got my package from Treasure Hustler. I love it all. I love I love all the notes you wrote on the box. What's your highest buyer? What have they spent with you?
The highest buyer, it shows you on the list. He hasn't been around for like a month now, because I think he's probably went broke. But he spent $9,800 with me since November 8th.
Okay.
One buyer, yeah, he's number one on the list, but
Yep.
he's been missing for like a good month. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't want to say what it was, but I do remember that video. And yes, it was a lot of Pandora bracelets and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was okay before we even started selling. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is crazy. That's how long I remember both of them and the capital and uncapital. That's how I knew who was which. I wish I was that lucky. Yeah, well, you just never know. But they were doing a dumpster diving and it was on their video. And
Oh, that's pretty cool.
hello, Ella. Hello. Good morning and welcome. So yeah, you just never know what's going to stick in your mind and what's going to work, what's going to happen. But you know what? Somebody said in the chat, it does sound like it's fun, and it is what you put into it, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because
I want to make sure you do.
people say sometimes I'm lucky, but sometimes I say the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Yeah.
So it's the work.
It's whatever you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah, but this is all. I don't recommend this to people that, like I say, have normal lives, because I don't call this a life. All I do is sell and work and pack, and no friends and just no hanging out.
I always look at it this way: it's an adventure.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as a job.
Yeah,
Every day will be something different. Yeah. All right. So if anybody doesn't want to have, if it has any more questions, please make sure you do ask in the chat. I don't want to keep Anthony too much longer, because I know he's got something very important he's going to be having to go do with his mom. So if you have any more questions, please do ask. If not, make sure you write them down and bring them on in next Wednesday as we continue the WhatNot Wednesday Q&A, all with Anthony on next Wednesday. So Anthony, before we go ahead and close down the show, go ahead and promote your channel. Oh, by the way, if you're missing in the chat, because I know I've seen Jennifer drop links, if you need to get to Anthony's WhatNot, YouTube, email, all that kind of stuff, all his information is in the description bar below. Take it away, Anthony.
Yeah, you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel also. I'm debating, I'll probably come back Friday nights. I'm thinking about it, just to sell some different things, because got a bunch of people asking, and I got a bunch of different stuff. And also to give me a break from the cards, at least one night of the week. Because yeah, every night on WhatNot is pretty wild with cards. I feel like I'm looking at cards, I'm dreaming about cards. So I want to sell some different stuff. So yeah, give me a follow. And you guys might see the link pop up next week. Well, for Friday. I might come on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and do probably 40 lots. It might be a lot of coins if I do jump on here. Some silver.
And if you missed the videos of when he got all those cards, he even did a video of the van load of all the card boxes he bought the first round, I think.
Yeah, you can take a look. I used to put short videos out.
Yeah. Hello, Purple Winks. All right, Anthony is a true hard worker. Yeah, I knew that from when he was on with YouTube too. I mean, he was constant, always doing it, being consistent.
Yeah, it's
fair, honest, and chilling seller.
Yeah, and I'm an honest person, because I'm a believer in how do you put it? Like if you do something wrong, it comes back to you. And I learned that when I was younger, or real young, my early 20s. Yeah, I'm 38 now, so yeah, no.
Sarah says starting bid $20 for Anthony's hat.
$20. Now people, you say honesty is the best way. Things work out better. There's no shortcuts. There's no cutting the corners. It's just simple as it may sound. It's just hard work. And if you always make sure if you help somebody out and make sure someone else is doing good, God always, or whatever it is out there, always make sure that you're doing good. Everything always works out better. 14 is number 30.
Liv says karma.
Exactly. There's good karma, bad karma.
Disney stuff last year on WhatNot. LOL. But authentic and really nice stuff. But I got going good deals. Yeah, you can get a lot of good deals, though. You got to be careful. We have shorts on some jewelries we've sold and are going to sell on upcoming WhatNot.
Awesome. Oh, true. Yeah, hustlers, they do jewelry on WhatNot all the time. They're a riot. I love watching their shows.
Your hat's now up at $150.
Now $150. Oh man,
Yeah,
Maybe
Tina
she-
came in at 30, and Sarah said, no, 150. Or it could be Jackie. What? Yes, what comes around goes around. Yeah, you're right about that. Power bidding. That's right. Let's see. Let's see. What was this? Just giving better. Thank you. Good to hear that, Purple Wings. I got some stuff. Beautiful Disney Dungenberg purses. Okay. I hate to be so forward, but Anthony, you're cute.
Oh, thank you. Like a puppy, right? I always said I got that puppy
Like a
dog.
puppy.
Like cute like a puppy. That's
All right,
funny.
if you would like to come on after the show's over, the link will be at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to join us. Also, don't forget today at 2:00 is the Hump Day auction, where Rita the Buddha Chick is our guest, she's the guest every third Wednesday of each month. Don't forget that I did make some announcements yesterday for members only. If you missed it, please go back and watch the members only live yesterday. And please make sure you email me with the new email that I have for members only in that video description bar. If you would like to be part of the things that we did talk about yesterday, we're going to be setting up a members only live auction, tentatively scheduled for April the 7th. Let me make sure I got the right month before I say
The
that.
chat's gonna make me get all red.
April the 4th should be the first one we do for all members live auction. And just make sure you check it out, and please email me at the new email address for the members only, and that is in the members only live show. Yes, I had to end it a little quick because my computer shut down because we had no electricity yesterday. We've gotten over 21 inches of snow, and thank God it only did it twice yesterday.
You got the best chat. You got the best chat. They got me here red. You seeing all this?
He's pushing to a certain chair. Okay, that's right. Make it count. Aw.
True.
All right, everybody. Well, thank y'all so much. And again, remember, we do this every Wednesday. Don't forget to check out Anthony's information in the description bar below if you missed it. Check out his WhatNots. He does it every night.
I'll see y'all later. Love you guys.
And as I say before I end each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out.
And they got us so early.